Okay, we're here on the van build with Rosie. So what are we doing today, Rosie?
Well, we need to knock down some of this adhesive here. We want as flat a lay as on the plywood as possible. We want to remove the rust and clean it up before we go to affix the new marine plywood.
Right.
Down here. We're also going to apply some rust proofing down here, so it's a good time now. It's going to be a long job, but with the right palm sander, I'm using some emery cloth, which is actually much better. It's reinforced. It is a cloth, which means it won't tear up as fast as regular sandpaper. Just a hint for you guys that you know, want to prepare surfaces that are metal and whatever, to always use an emery cloth to knock it down. I've already started to do an area here, and if Marshall comes in close, you can see this does a nice job of getting it down. It'll also give a good gripping surface for the for our rust preventative when we spray that on here. And we want to try to do that because we want to start putting some wood and actually do some building on here. So I'll take this spot here. You can see as I go through how fast it tears through. So what I don't want to do is really take up you know, I want to take up as little of the finish as possible. I want to try to stick to the rust areas, what few there are in here, and I think that'll be a key to getting us a good base on this. So yeah. It does not really take a lot. I would guess it would probably take an hour to do the whole vehicle. We'll remove the jungle room again, so we just do the whole thing in one shot. Also removing the bed will keep it cleaner from particulate matter coming down, and then we'll give the we'll sweep, and then we'll give it a whole wipe down, and then hopefully spray this. Yeah, this is the biggest, probably the biggest and most mind-numbing job to do here, but it's something that is important, so we have the best preparation surface possible. Okay?
All right, guys.
Another day, getting ready to prime, do everything a big wipe down, and then prime, let that dry overnight. So going at it. We've moved from the front to the back of the coach here. I'm getting up the final screws in preparation for the sanding here.
Let's show over here. There's some rust over here we'll show before. Right there in this spot, I'll demonstrate, and then after. Take a look at that rust. This is some really good stuff that Rosie's using here.
Yeah, this is emery cloth, which
let's do that over here. Really easy and really good.
Take it right down to the metal real good. Get that rust off. And you can corner it right in there. It looks good.
Look at how nice
I got
that
a few more screws. Yeah, it makes a good tooth surface for the paint to adhere to too. So we're going to try to get this primed up tonight, and then move on tomorrow with getting some wood down. All right, Marshall, go for it.
All right, guys, we're just got the floor prepped up over here.
How's that look, Marshall? Pretty good, huh?
That looks good. I got Rosie back there. She's working on the floor.
Yeah, what we're doing is doing the degreasing as much as possible. We're going to let this dry good. We've got all the screws out, and we're going to go ahead and put some primer on, so hopefully tomorrow we can put down some wood.
Yep, we got area. We got the floor.
So it's important to. We're not going to be perfect in here, obviously. You know, given the time constraints. If you had a A professional rebuilder would probably take it all down to the metal and everything, but you know, we don't have the luxury of that.
Yeah, we're just kind of doing the bare minimum here.
Doing, well, I wouldn't even call it the bare minimum. It would have been to overcoat it, but I'm pretty happy.
There's not much rust here, so
yeah, you can see that most of it was just glue.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and let this dry off real well. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the
primer on. Yep.
Put the primer on. All right, guys.
All right, guys.
Woo. All right, Marshall. We made some real forward progress today, huh?
Yes, we did. We finished sanding the floor with Rosie sander. I forgot what they call that.
Palm sander.
The palm sander with the 3M. What kind of sandpaper?
Emery cloth.
Emery cloth, and we got up most of the rust here.
All the screws.
All the screws, which Rosie worked on. That was very tedious and time consuming. We pretty much got out all the rusted screws, and we swept it up really good. And Rosie went down the floor here with a wet rag and wiped out
a little bit of degreaser
wiped off all the residue and dust pretty much, and let it dry. And Rosie put down a coat of Rust-Oleum. I guess this is non-oil based primer, which according to her dries pretty fast. So we put on one coat today. I guess we'll put on another can back here tomorrow. We'll finish it off, let it dry, and then we'll...
Yeah, let's look from the side door over here in the back. You can just pretty much see what we accomplished in here with that. So we're going to let that dry real good and pick up some more, a couple more cans of that and do some spot work on it. But yeah, that turned out to be a big job, Marshall, but we got that all degreased. We had our spray barrier up in front here to prevent overspray on, God forbid, we hit the Flex Blue Velour seats there, so we had to protect that. So all in all, I think it was a good effort today, and I want to thank Marshall. You really got in there and burled some of that stuff out of there and worked that sander really well. So yeah, we're gonna hit that with some more tomorrow. We're gonna pick up some more, so I'm very pleased today. We got some primer down and some real forward progress on the coach here today. So
yep, we're making some progress. So tomorrow we'll finish putting the primer down, and hopefully that'll dry, and we'll start working on putting down the subfloor.
All right, so there we go. Guys. So tomorrow is another day.
All right.